The U.S. administration publicly declared that Iran's military infrastructure had been neutralized, assuring the public that the United States had achieved total victory in the region. But a leaked intelligence assessment circulating inside the Pentagon details a different reality. The CIA data shows Iran is far from broken. Their economy is absorbing the blockades, and they are actively preparing a massive asymmetric counteroffensive. In response to this intelligence failure, the political reaction was unexpected. The administration authorized the release of classified UFO footage, a spectacle that dominated the news cycle and pulled public attention away from the military situation. If the U.S. military is as dominant as the official narrative claims, why are they quietly retreating from the Persian Gulf while manufacturing massive public distractions back home? Take Project Freedom. This was a publicized U.S. naval blockade meant to choke off Iran's oil supply right here at the Strait of Hormuz. The operation was suspended in under 48 hours. The reason was specific. The U.S. Navy couldn't guarantee the safety of its own escort ships. This chart shows exactly why the Navy pulled back. While public officials claimed enemy capacity was at 0%, the CIA data reveals that 75% of Iran's missile launchers remain operational and untouched by U.S. bombardments. And then there is the Kausar fighter jet. Iran took a fleet of aging airframes from the 1960s and reverse-engineered them into fourth-generation weapons. The United States relies heavily on expensive, high-tech aircraft. Iran is deploying analog tactics that bypass those exact systems. This schematic shows how U.S. defense algorithms analyze targets. Because the Kausar flies low and slow, the tracking software misidentifies the manned jet as a harmless drone. By the time the algorithm throws an anomaly error code, the Kausar has slipped through the defense nets. The U.S. military has an overwhelming advantage, but high-tech tracking systems fail against analog, asymmetric warfare. This brings us to Ayatollah Ali Khamenei's newly issued 10-point plan. Iran is making a strategic shift, moving away from targeting isolated military bases. Instead, they are prepared to hold global infrastructure hostage. Specifically, they have the capability to sever the $10 trillion undersea fiber optic cable network. If those cables are cut, the global internet goes dark. Forex trading and stock markets freeze, and international supply chains collapse. China and Russia are now publicly backing Iran's demands, further limiting America's diplomatic options. The United States now faces a complete strategic deadlock. A conventional military victory risks a cascading global economic collapse. Since a decisive victory carries an unacceptable cost, the strategic goal has shifted to something more lucrative: sustained volatility. Defense contractors are reaping the rewards of this crisis, receiving inflated budgets to replace expended missiles and repair damaged naval assets. Then there is the billion-dollar tweet. Every time an aggressive political announcement threatens Iran, we see immediate massive spikes in global oil prices. And when those same political threats are suddenly retracted days later, the oil market crashes just as quickly. Wall Street elites and political insiders are using advanced knowledge of these artificial market swings to take highly leveraged short and long positions, making billions off the predictable swings. Geopolitical tension has become a highly effective, predictable business model for corporate insiders. There is a disconnect between the political class and the reality on the ground. Politicians appear on television to assure the public that the offensive war is over, even while regional missile strikes continue. At the same time, regional leaders attempt to redraw the map of the Middle East, ignoring the military gridlock to push expansionist agendas. While defense and oil giants generate wealth from the chaos, the general public is left absorbing the cost through rapid inflation and soaring prices at the gas pump. The leaked intelligence highlights a conflict where a state of high tension provides more utility to certain interests than a resolution ever could. Success for the modern military-industrial complex is